Hello everyone, my name is Victor Armstead. Stay tuned for another exciting episode of the Parker Daniels Show.
Welcome to the Parker Daniels Show. My name is Anthony Parker. Today's guest is a young lady from Portsmouth, England. Now, I've never heard of Portsmouth, England. I'm going to ask my guest right quick, where is Portsmouth? Can you tell us in relation to London?
Okay, so it's about an hour and a half from London. It is the very south of England, right at the bottom point,
Okay.
right at the southern point.
All right. Okay. Now, today we're going to focus on life and how sometimes through the course of life, unexpected changes come about, and has to give us alternative methods to continue. This is exactly what's going on in Viki's life. And without further delay, I'm going to bring on Viki and welcome her to the show. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Yourself?
I'm doing okay. What time is it over in Portsmouth, England?
It is
About 9.
quarter past 9 at night.
Okay, wow, it's pretty late. It's like 4 o'clock over here, so y'all on 5-hour difference. Okay, Viki, when did you lose your sight? And tell the people what was the cause of you actually losing your sight. Fill us in on that.
Okay, so I lost my vision on the 17th of May 2016. I was 6 months pregnant at the time, and it was due to pressure between my brain and my eye that caused me to end up in a A&E department, and the pressure was released. My face was cut, pressure was released from behind my eye, but in the process that caused me to lose my vision in my right eye completely, and then part of that in my left.
Okay, so was there like any type of name for this, or is it just the pressure?
Ooh.
The pressure.
I've got it. It's a long word. It is. I had a lens dislocation.
I understand those medical terminologies.
Yeah.
Those medical terminologies. Yeah, they're very long. So tell the people, what were you doing before you lost your sight? Were you currently working, and if so, where, and what were you doing?
Okay, so my history of work has been working with substance misuse and drug use in sort of hostels, homeless hostels, and rehabs. So I was kind of doing that, and I work with parents if their children have been removed and basically through their drug use kind of thing, and building that relationship up. So kind of support work, working on one-to-one with people. So I've done that for about 12 plus years now, and that's what I was doing. I was pregnant. We planned my daughter. We kind of went on holiday a few months before to my partner's country of Jamaica, come back, plan my daughter, and then kind of all this happened really.
Okay.
So
as a retrospect, did they say what really caused the pressure to build up on?
They said it was pressure at the side of my head, and it kind of I had a headache that evening and felt quite sick. And then we called like the doctor, and because I was 6 months pregnant, they sent there was an ambulance local in the area, not on like an emergency. They came around to check on me, and then just took me to A&E because they wanted to be better safe than sorry. So, and when I got there, it was all panic. So yeah, they just said it was a lot of pressure build up from behind my eye.
Wow.
And they cut the tendons to release that.
Okay. Now, briefly, tell us, how did you feel after you realized that you've lost your sight? Did you think that the world was the ending, or did you think that I have to, for the sake of my child, I have to be strong and move past this? How did you feel?
I think the first week or so it was very limbo, because I ended up, when I did come home, I couldn't get out of bed. I was in bed for about 3 or 4 weeks, and it was very surreal. So I was obviously quite far gone in the pregnancy, and I was trying to think of that and focus on that. But in the other way, I'm thinking this can't be real. This can't be happening. So it was. It took a couple of weeks to kind of focus and for it to sink in, I think.
And what brought
For a little while.
and what brought you out of that sinkness, that feeling of like disbelief? What brought you out of that?
I think being pregnant and having my child due,
Uh-huh.
that really gave me the drive. And even with having her now, I don't think I would be as positive as I would be if I didn't have her.
Okay. Now, I just want, out of curiosity, before going blind, did you ever at any point come in contact with any totally blind individuals?
No, I don't think I did.
Really?
No, I've worked with a lot of different people with a lot of different backgrounds. I don't think, maybe in the public, maybe seeing somebody, but not actually knowing anybody, no.
So as far as seeing them from a distance, maybe, did you ever have any like sympathetic feelings toward them, or did you ever wonder, how they get around, how they do this? Because I'm looking at you now and whatnot, and as wondering if you ever retrospect the thing that person that you saw, you're now in his or her shoes, and now you're having to do what he's on. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do, but I think it didn't really. I mean, if I've done stuff at work with individuals, there's always that aspect where they say if somebody's blind or deaf and they're coming in, this is what you do with your practice. But as for, not really, it didn't really kind of register.
Okay.
To be honest, yeah.
Now give us your true feelings of how it really is as far as a blind person, because I've spoken with a lot of other people and they've given me some of their feelings in terms of whether it was hard for them or easy for them, or they may do in certain ways. Tell us truly how it has been for the I guess 3 years of you actually being blind.
Well, I try to stay positive. Part of me sometimes will feel like I've kind of let my daughter down in certain aspects. Like if people say, "Oh, I did this and I did that," and then I can't really do those things with her, Or someone might say, "Oh, I drove my child out and we went to the went here and we went to the zoo," and then everything I'm doing is kind of so planned.
Right,
and then
right.
I kind of think,
So,
am I not doing as much for her as I should, or so. Those kind of things sometimes.
So are there alternative methods that you have to come up with in order to interact with your daughter, as far as like cooking and just doing the female thing?
I normally use an air fryer, I'll be honest. I'm not great with a gas stove with my eyes. So we do. But I've always talked to her a lot, so I know where she is. That's always something. And we do go out. I do take her out, but it's normally somewhere where I can get to, kind of thing.
Okay.
We don't travel too far, and we wouldn't really go to like a massive supermarket, as it were. I'd have to sort of think and plan that. So I guess, she's 2 at the moment, so she's sort of not really getting where she's asking to go for things. She might say like the park or something, and I'll try and do those things, but obviously with the travelling and stuff, that can kind of restrict sometimes as well.
Okay, so as far as being a parent, because I've gotten different perspectives, what do you say as far as it, has it been easy? Because I know you understand that sometimes being blind may have its points, but as far as being a parent, a blind parent, how has it been?
Yeah, well, obviously, I mean, she was my first child, so I'd gone to like these antenatal classes of you do this and you do that, but everything that I'd learned or tried to do with her was completely different. It was I felt like I had to go like 10 times harder than everyone, especially when I first had her like learning how to bath her, and the feeding, we ended up doing the bottles, and I had to get a machine because I burnt my hand on the kettle. And things like, and I'm thinking, am I doing it right? And then like I couldn't see certain things on her face or check, and they say, you check them when they're sleeping, and you check their nose and bits, and certain things I couldn't see. I couldn't like do that to be able to do that. I know we feel a lot of things when we do stuff, but some things I couldn't do, and that with her being so small, and I'd wonder, you know, I can hear her breathing, I can't really see her where she is. So I think that kind of, you get anxiety anyway, as a new parent, because they've got this little person that comes, but to have to do that really different. And I felt that we had I had like a health visitor who came round, not really special, everybody gets a health visitor, but she didn't really know how to deal with my situation, kind of thing. She just didn't know what to say. She didn't really have that kind of knowledge to say to me, well, maybe you could try this, or maybe there's support for this. There was nothing in that way.
So basically,
for parents with a newborn.
Basically, like sort of learning on the fly, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
So you did receive a lot of help from your family members along the way during your you being visually impaired? Did you?
My mum, yeah, my parents are really good, and my partner. Obviously, we had to learn with a newborn, and so we had to do all that from the start. We had, like, as I say, a machine for the bottles and stuff like that, so there was no burning. But as for like a health visitor, she didn't really kind of know. She asked me, I think the only thing she said is, have you got a rail up your stairs? I was like, well, yeah, it's there already, but I think that's all she kind of knowledge with what it would be. So I don't think she really know what to do. But yeah, I have people around me, my family and that, but yeah, it was all learning. Okay,
that's great. Now getting back to your job situation, did you have any equipment, or do you have any type of equipment that's accessible to you in order to do the job adequately, like maybe your computers or some type of printing software or devices and things of that nature?
So it's quite up together with software. So we've got the phones with the big displays, and somebody came around, somebody called Access to Work, and they did the big print on my computer, and then I've got the choice of audio and stuff like that. But they had a lot of the equipment, and it was quite modern anyway, so it was just kind of adapting the programs really on that.
Okay, so it's so everything. I mean, has because you lost your sight while working in the field that you are. Is it much harder, or it's basically no problem, or everything's basically the same in terms of you doing what you have to do?
It is harder. When I first went back, I had a different manager. And went for a stage of where they laid a lot of people off. We call it where you get
unemployed
here. Yeah, it's called unemployed, but they found me another job in the company. But when they did that, I was kind of struggling, because I'd have to go mobile, and the job that I was actually doing, it was quite difficult. Although the computer and the software was good, actually doing it at that point was quite hard. And then we all got re-interviewed for this reader, and they said, your interview wasn't great, or you hadn't done this, or So I've got another job within the company in a different department. And the manager I've got now is really good, and she adapts everything. She's looked on the internet on how she can help me at work.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
She's great, even to where like the stuff is in the kitchen, like and bits of where I can put my lunch in the fridge. She's really good.
Okay.
Really, really good.
That's good. So do you think that the reinstating has something to do because of you being totally blind?
The what? Sorry.
The reinstating you, moving you from one position that you normally was doing to something else. Then you said that you had they moved you to another position. They found another position for you.
Yeah.
Do you think that has something?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I personally do. But actually, it was in my favour, because I think the manager I've got now, I don't even think it's her work ethic. I think it's her personal personality that she's got, and just how she is as a person that's helped. Okay. I think it's her, but I kind of couldn't really underline it, but a lot of the things that were said, like after the interview, you didn't do this and this, and I thought, wow, I've been doing this for 5 years.
But sometimes people would do that in the work field, like find other reasons to try to reinstate you. But nevertheless, I'm glad that you're still working. One question I want to ask before I conclude maybe you have information or are privy to this information, but how is it as far as the in England the accessibility for blind people to have certain equipment, certain mobility skills being provided? Do you know if there's any such or is there how is the system over there in terms of provisions made for individuals who are visually impaired?
Well, I see things advertised, and the hospital. I'm still under the hospital, so there's still things on the wall, but I've never actually had that at home. So we've never actually had anybody come to the home and say you need this or you need that. And then I've heard people say that there's certain things that you can have, like kettles that talk to you or whatever.
Right.
But I don't know. I've never been kind of offered any of that.
Well,
to be honest with you, a lot of. Yeah.
My suggestion is the groups, get in a lot of groups, and these groups on Facebook, they definitely provide a lot of information that you can take heed to and definitely apply in your everyday life and whatnot. By coming on the show, what did you hope to lastly to get across to the people? What did you want to convey? And lastly, give them some sort of words of encouragement that you have obtained that has helped you get through everyday life that they can use for themselves as well. I know it's a two-part question, but you can handle it. Go ahead.
Okay. So obviously the group, the Facebook groups and that have been wonderful because people are all around the world, and I don't see a lot of people kind of with my condition the same. So it's been about meeting people,
right.
And also like I think that raises for everybody their confidence and being able to overcome things. So
right.
It's been able to share my story with other people, and other people listening to their stories as well, and then being able to share those things and find out bits and pieces so that we can all kind of progress with stuff.
Okay.
I think the words of encouragement would definitely be that it's even at that time when it's the lowest time and you think there isn't going to be a way out, it does get better. There's always, I think, something, just something that just can keep you going. Okay. I mean, for me, it was my daughter, but it was just, there are times when I get up and I think, the day that she was born, I couldn't see her. And I'm thinking, really, is this what it's going to be? Is this what it's going to be forever? But things do get better. Oh yeah. It's not the end of the world. Definitely.
Well, as I conclude, I can say that I have a little boy, and he was born a couple of years ago, and that was the most exciting point of my life. I mean, my father had just passed, and he was born, so it was extra. It was like a good and a bad situation. But though I couldn't see him, I mean, I was able to feel him and hold him and touch his eyes and feel every part of it. Now he's understanding, so yeah, it's gonna get better. Trust me. I mean, I know it's good to have sight to look at them in their eyes and things like that, but use your hands, and that'll be your eyes for you. You have any last words of conclusion? To conclude, do you have anything else you want to say?
Just that I think what you're doing and asking people on is absolutely amazing, because I think I've watched some of the other videos you've done and learned from other people as well.
Thank you.
And it's just about, if people have to come from all over the world to get together and share that, then social media is a good thing.
Thank you.
It can bring a lot of people together, but yeah, what you're doing is amazing, and it's really encouraging, and it's given me a lot of motivation to do that.
Oh, stop it. Oh my God. I really appreciate.
It's great. It really is. It really is quite refreshing and motivating for people. So
thanks a lot.
It's good. So I hope other people do come on and listen to this and maybe come on and do the same.
Thanks a lot. Well, we're going to end it with that. I mean, I appreciate having Viki on from Portsmouth, England. And you did a remarkable job conveying your message and what have you. But I want to conclude by saying that continue to subscribe to the Parker Daniel Show. Make sure to check out in a couple of weeks. I have some giveaways coming soon, and I want to thank everybody for supporting. And I mean, we're going to continue to bring exciting stories like this one. Thanks again, Viki, and I wish you the best of luck in your life's journey.
You take care.
You too.
All right.
You too.